BetOnline is your number one source for all your summer sports this season, from MLB, golf, NBA, and NHL playoff stats. All the latest stats, news, and scores are available to you to follow your favorite teams. So get the latest odds and lines, including the latest team matchups, player props, and odds on just about every sport out there. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in the action. BetOnline, where the game starts. Did we suspend Germany French fries?
No.
Okay, so Germany French fries is back. Subject is Conrad Ricci. Eric Bischoff has developed quite the reputation lately for telling it like it is when it comes to AEW's flaws, although I still think you're the most realistic critic, Konnan, and I think Bischoff has fully taken advantage of the clickbait benefits. The problem with this is that Eric Bischoff's co-host is Conrad Thompson, the biggest AEW shill that there is. I know you guys don't listen to his shill, but just read their YouTube comments. It's hundreds of people calling Conrad out on his shilling to the point that he's even stopped bringing AEW up in their new segment. But recently on 83 Weeks, they did a watch-along of WCW Nitro from later 99, in which Conrad was constantly saying, "Oh, you bash AEW, but you guys did this." My question for you guys is, what do you think about Conrad going to these lanes in order to defend AEW? What makes it all extra stupid is that Bischoff is always saying that, and has said for years in the show that Tony Khan shouldn't make the same mistakes he made. So why is Conrad doing this? Because Conrad, bro, that's the reason Conrad and Eric had such a good show, is they have a good contrast. Because Conrad is a huge fan of something that Eric is constantly pointing out the flaws. Correctly so, to the point that, like, the fans of the show, guys like Meltzer and Conrad, they get upset when you hit them with things. So their initial reaction is, okay, well, I got to defend them. Like, this is something they did get, or like, oh, well, you did this too. Bro, Eric, let me tell you something. Eric's philosophy on wrestling is probably completely changed when he went to WWE and went through their system. You know, because WCW was basically, you know, we went head to head, and it was ignited on a concept that people at the time weren't very clear what was going on when we did the invasion with Hall and Nash. And there was still we produced at the time excellent TV to try and sell it as a real thing happening, to the point that the fans were questioning stuff that was going on, like when they were calling the police department the night that Rey Mysterio got, you know, Nash appointment thing, like people called the police, you know, and like Eric, and that's one thing that Eric did is, you know, with the WCW production team, is he had a concept, let's try to make this realistic, and it was a good idea. It elevated to the point where it brought, you know, it beat the WWE for 83 weeks, but then Vince decided to, like, okay, we're not going to do wrestling anymore. We're going to do Crash TV. And they hired Russo. And you got to call a spade a spade. Vince changed the way wrestling was done on television. The camera was constantly in the back. You didn't acknowledge it was there. You know, angles. It wasn't just wrestlers coming out cutting promos. Now they were doing drama and stuff in the back. All right? And that changed everything. And WCW was kind of behind WWE's production. When WWE started doing them, they just overtook us. But that's TV right now. It's wrestling is a TV show with wrestling as a focal point, but it's still a written, scripted television show. You know, and I think that to get to this is like, you know, when Conrad's talking about stuff that Eric did back in, that's kind of, you know, come on, wrestling's changed from that era. You know,
we get these a lot where it's like Conrad's a show. It sounds to me like he was just creating entertaining content. You know, people want to hear him and Eric go back and forth. He's just facilitating that.
Well, maybe that's why Eric quit doing the show with the John Alba guys, because it was just basically a guy agreeing with him a lot of stuff. And the show that everybody likes more is the one with him and Conrad, because they don't agree on everything. You know, so like, you know, it's a more interesting show where people disagree on stuff. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I don't really know because I don't listen.
Flip your mic up.
I don't really know because I don't listen to their show, but just because I don't have time, no other reason. You know, and maybe
I listen to clips. I don't listen to show either.
I don't listen to clips either. Every now and then I might listen to one, but I don't listen to enough clips to know that he's a shill or if he's just doing it to get clickbait. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really talk on it.
Like, I don't know if people don't hold this show up to the same level as Bruce's show with Conrad and Eric's, but it was because they started a little bit later. But Conrad and Jeff Jarrett, even when I was still editing it, that's very, very entertaining stuff. The way they interact. I don't know if you ever listened to those guys together, do you? Or Konnan?
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.